Now 4:30 on WKYT this morning, the Fayette County School Board has decided they will put more than $500,000 toward fixing the high radon levels found in several schools.
In Frankfort, a battalion chief has lost his job because of what investigators call inappropriate behavior.
And more than 100 people gathered for a vigil for a Kentucky family who died in what police call a murder-suicide. That and more ahead on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome to WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. Thanks so much for joining us.
A lot going on this morning. 2 explosions have ripped through the airport in Brussels, and we'll have the details on that in just a moment. A story that will no doubt be unfolding while we're on the air this morning.
Definitely a scary situation out there.
Yeah. Want to check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. We are hopefully going to see a little bit of a warming trend today.
Oh, it'll be a big one. Once we hit the afternoon, we'll be seeing temperatures jump about 30 degrees from this morning. So we'll see those temperatures in the 60s later on today. Live sky camera. Good looking shot this morning. It's still pretty chilly outside. We're 33 now in London. Only a couple of spots just below that 32-degree reading. Other than that, most of us are actually above that. So once we hit the afternoon, those gusty winds, they always play a big role in our forecast, and that'll really bump up temperatures today. 66 is not even the warmest temperature in our forecast. I'll show you when you can expect these temperatures to continue to rise and also when they fall coming up in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you very much, Micah.
School leaders say it's an urgent problem. The Fayette County Board of Education voted on how to reduce higher levels of radon at 9 of the district schools.
The radon levels are higher than the standards that the district has set for schools, and the school board approved spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix the problem. Our Monique Blair has the story.
The EPA recommends that homes do not have a radon level of 4 picocuries per liter or higher. So Fayette County Public Schools also follows that recommendation. 9 schools recently tested higher than that standard. So Monday night, the school board voted in favor of spending $571,000 to reduce radon levels at each of those schools.
Very upset because you attempt to protect your children as much as possible, and when it comes to a colorless, odorless gas that is radioactive, you don't have a chance to protect them.
Each of Sarah Williams' 3 children attend a school that has a radon level of a 4 or higher.
Being able to tell what that exposure, what damage that exposure possibly caused, won't be noticeable for years to come. So, I mean, there are several unanswered questions and all of that, and no parent likes that when it comes to the safety of their children.
Now that more than $500,000 has been approved to make changes, the district hopes to make those changes beginning next week during spring break and have them complete by the end of summer break.
For the most part, it's going to be a system that takes radon from underneath the building and exhausts it either through the roof or some other place in the building.
Fayette County Public Schools are not mandated to test radon levels, but they began doing so in 2014.
This is not just necessarily a school issue, it's a community issue. And so I think it's just a time for all of us to sort of look at this to make sure that we're all taking steps both here, not only in the schools, but within our homes as well.
In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Now, there are 9 Fayette County schools that had higher radon levels. Fayette County school leaders say while there are health risks associated with prolonged exposure to high levels of radon, they say the levels found at the schools did not approach that risk. On WKYT.com, you can see a list of the radon readings that were found at each of the 9 schools. All right, continuing now with this breaking news alert from WKYT. 2 explosions have caused lots of damage inside the Brussels airport in Belgium. The airport says there are several injured.
The explosions happened during this morning's rush hour as hundreds of passengers were trying to check in, and now reports of a possible explosion at a train station. We're working right now to gather more information on this breaking situation, and of course, we'll bring you updates as the morning goes along.
Certainly will throughout the morning. CBS News with the people now on the ground there to cover it, and we'll bring you the latest when we get it.
So Fayette County school leaders have named new principals at 3 of the district schools. Paul Little will be the principal of Henry Clay High School. Grant Davis will be the principal at Clays Mill Elementary, and Stephanie Earbank will be the principal at Meadowthorpe Elementary. School leaders have also set graduation dates for the district's 5 high schools. Graduations for Bryan Station and Henry Clay will be on May 26th, and Lafayette, Dunbar, and Takes Creek on the 27th. All ceremonies will be at Rupp Arena. We have more information on WKYT.com.
Well, he had a high ranking in the Frankfort Fire Department, but now a battalion chief has lost his job because of what investigators are calling inappropriate behavior.
Yeah, Frankfort city leaders say he's accused of harassing a hospital employee and a firefighter recruit. Now, we've obtained records which show what led to him being fired. Garrett Weimer has a WKYT investigation.
Documents WKYT obtained through an open records request detail incidents of alleged harassment that city leaders say violated city and fire department policy. Those documents show text messages and Facebook posts uncovering claims of harassment, workplace harassment, and misconduct that ultimately led to Battalion Chief Ryan Fisher's firing. According to his employment termination order, Fisher's accused of harassing a female employee at Frankfort Regional Medical Center, which led to him being banned from the hospital. A screenshot of a text message conversation included as an exhibit shows Fisher being told, "You have got to stop," and telling him not to contact her again. Documents show Fisher was also accused of taking a picture of and making comments about a firefighter recruit getting out of the shower wearing a towel, then later sending a picture of himself in the bathtub to that same recruit. Exhibits also include several Facebook posts that supervisors found, quote, reflected poorly upon himself and ultimately the fire department, including what appeared to be drunken rants and photos of a torn-up room scattered with beer cans and a broken coffee table. After a hearing, Frankfort's Board of Commissioners voted 3-1 to terminate Fisher's employment with the city. I have reached out to Ryan Fisher, but he has not returned my request for comment. In Frankfort, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Frankfort police tell us at this point Fisher is not facing any criminal charges.
More than 100 people gathered for a vigil for a Kentucky family who died in what police now call a murder-suicide. Louisville police say Brad Hettinger shot his wife Billy and the couple's 2 young children before setting the house on fire and turning the gun on himself. Last night, neighbors lit candles and prayed at a vigil outside the family's home. One woman there said her daughter, who lives nearby, is still in shock.
It's hard for her because every time we walked our dog, the little girl would come out and play with the dog as we walked past the house every time. It's just really upsetting to know.
Billy Hettinger was originally from Nicholasville and worked for Baptist Health. The family lived in Lexington before moving to Louisville. Investigators have not released a possible motive for the murder-suicide.
A Bath County man has died in what state police call an accidental shooting. It happened around noon yesterday at a home on Bethel Ridge Road north of Owensville. Police say 60-year-old Steven Rao was shot when a disassembled firearm accidentally discharged while it was being stored for travel. They say he soon died from his injuries. A Lexington Neighborhood Association says a lawsuit filed against it over a child's playhouse has been dismissed. The Veladis family had a playhouse built for their son who has cerebral palsy. They built it years ago, but the Andover Forest Homeowners Association claimed it violated its rules and wanted it torn down. The family claimed the playhouse was medically necessary for their son. Andover Forest says it later granted an accommodation for the family based on medical records, but the U.S. Department of Justice still filed a lawsuit against the association claiming discrimination. Andover Forest attorneys say that lawsuit was dismissed after investigators found some of the medical documents the family submitted were not authentic.
Kentucky's Chief Justice says he is worried that proposed state budget cuts could have a bad effect on the state's judicial system. Justice John Minton told a Senate committee yesterday 9% cuts to the judicial system over 2 years would likely send 17,000 defendants back to county jails. He says there would be no officers to supervise them while they awaited trial. Minton also said the cuts would cost 600 jobs. He is urging senators to reject the cuts. Lexington police are hoping surveillance video helps them catch some people who have been breaking into cars in a neighborhood. The video shows 2 people checking for unlocked doors in cars along Polo Club Boulevard in that area. In the last day or so, police say at least 4 cars were broken into on Passage Mound Way and Beaten Path. And in each case, police say the thieves stole valuables left in a console or in plain view. People in the neighborhood say they're concerned.
It's very unsettling. It's disturbing. Makes you feel violated. We work hard for what we have, so, it is very disturbing.
Lexington police say they have identified some possible persons of interest based on the surveillance video.
A grand jury has indicted a Laurel County constable on a second-degree manslaughter charge. Investigators say Constable Bobby Smith shot and killed Brandon Stanley at a store on March 4th. They say Smith was trying to serve an arrest warrant on Stanley at the time. Investigators say Stanley was shot twice. His fiancée says the shooting happened the night before the couple was supposed to get married.
Today, a Lexington restaurant is joining in the effort to help a firefighter who is battling cancer. Lexington firefighter Matt Logsden was diagnosed with cancer earlier this year. He's already been spending time in Chicago receiving treatments. The Papa John's restaurant on Avenue of Champions will donate 25% of its sales today to the Matt Logsden Cancer Fund. Other businesses and fire departments around the area have also been holding fundraisers for Logsden in recent weeks. Really has brought a lot of people together. Time this morning is coming up on 4:41, and WKYT This Morning on your Tuesday is just getting started.
Depression is a serious problem, even affecting children. So why the government is recommending screening at a young age? Still ahead on WKYT This Morning.
We have the 30s outside this morning, but by the afternoon, it's going to feel like spring. I guarantee it. I'll show you that forecast. Now, high our temperatures go coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Really not a bad start to the morning, even though we're in the 30s outside early this morning. No real gusty winds, so that helps us out. And what we're going to be seeing outside once we step out the door, really nice start today. Only a few clouds out and about a 75 in Winchester Road. Looks like a pretty good flow there. We're at 36 now in Lexington. We're 38 in Frankfort. And then we make our way southbound. There are areas in the far southern and southeastern half of our viewing area that already has a freeze warning and also a frost advisory in effect. Southeastern quadrant all the way to Somerset. Those are areas that we could pick up temperatures at or below that freezing mark. So just keep that in mind. If you still have some plants outside, you're just waking up and forgot to do them last night, grab them, pull them on in if you've already set them outside. Temperatures skyrocket today, going from the 30s to the 60s very rapidly. We get into 5 p.m. and we'll be at 66 degrees. Now throw some gusty winds in there and it's a really nice day in store. Another cool thing this morning, by the way, that I forgot to mention is that you can actually see Jupiter outside just to the left of the moon. So that's pretty neat to see. But afternoon 66 off into the evening and overnight, that warm air just continues to funnel on in here and those winds will be very gusty. There's a surface low back toward our west and it's really pulling in that warmer air, especially when it comes out of the south and southwest. That's when you want those gusty winds. You don't want them out of the north and northwest because all that does is bring in that cold air and make it very chilly, and we're not wanting that. We get into the rest of the afternoon in the 60s for the most part, but look on Wednesday. We get even closer to 70 degrees. Most of us will stay just below that, but you're still talking about 20 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts. Temperatures rapidly rising, and not only that, but those dry conditions will continue the next 48 hours. Then we hit Thursday. Thursday is going to be the day that we actually see some rain move into the forecast. So the first 2 days, today and tomorrow, those are days that we're just increasing the warm air, the moisture out ahead of our system, and our system comes barreling through on Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms will be likely. Still, I'm leaning more toward no severe weather with this one. As opposed to actually having some. So it'll mainly just be some wet conditions with some thunderstorms rolling through, especially later on in the day. On Friday and Saturday, those days look dry. Friday will be a cool day, but Saturday it ramps right back up for our next system that's going to be barreling on through on Sunday off into Monday. Guys, this isn't a bad forecast. Only one day over there on your 7-day forecast that you see below average, average being 57 degrees. So we will take that. Today and tomorrow, those gusty winds will really pump in that warmer air. Looks pretty good for the next at least 48 hours.
Yeah,
it's not all that bad.
All right, it's going to be a nice day today anyway,
Yeah,
this afternoon. We'll enjoy that. Coming up on 4:47, and teens suffering from depression have a hard time in school and have a lot of difficulty maintaining relationships.
Yeah, in today's Mom's Everyday Minute, we'll take a look at why family doctors may soon be screening for depression.
According to a national survey, about 8% of teens reported having major depression in the past year. Major depressive disorder in kids and teens is strongly associated with adult depression, other mental disorders, and suicide. Because of all of these reasons, the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force is recommending that primary care doctors screen for depression in 12 to 18-year-olds. The preventive health experts also say the screening must be accompanied by diagnosis, treatment, and follow-up. A teen that is significantly depressed can't function properly in school and has trouble maintaining relationships with friends and family. Depression should be taken seriously. If you're concerned about your child's mood or behavior, talk to your family doctor. For more information, visit momseveryday.com.
For these tips and more, just go to WKYT.com and click on Moms Every Day.
And it's 4:48 now on WKYT This Morning. We're just getting started with a lot more news on the way for you.
Yeah, it looks like another new restaurant is heading to Lexington, and it'll create dozens of new jobs. That story still ahead on WKYT This Morning.
Kentucky mornings start here. You're watching WKYT This Morning.
Welcome back and good morning to you on your Tuesday. We're glad you're with us. It's 4:51. Well, a new restaurant is coming to Lexington, and it is expected to create dozens of new jobs.
Tazaki's Mediterranean Cafe will open April 18th on Southland Drive. Owners say it will offer fresh and healthy food and a fast casual atmosphere. Before the restaurant opens, owners want to hire around 50 people for positions ranging from cashiers to the kitchen staff. If you are interested, you can apply at the restaurant.
All right, Taziki's there on Southland Drive. Now, a jury has found a man not guilty in the shooting death of a hunter in Clay County. The jury acquitted Dwight Hughes of all charges against him after a week-long trial. In 2014, investigators say Hughes shot Brian Griffin and Jason Roberts while they were turkey hunting. Griffin died, but Roberts survived. Investigators called the shooting an accident at first, but a grand jury later indicted Hughes on murder, assault, and wanton endangerment charges.
Police need your help finding the person they say stole thousands of dollars worth of wheels from a Powell County car dealership. It happened earlier this month at Tanner Dodge in Stanton. Employees say chrome wheels were taken from a Charger and Challenger, and they say this isn't the first time they've had a theft like this.
It's bad enough that you struggle to keep your businesses profitable and keep employees on the payroll to come in, once every 6 months, once every 4 months, or once a year and have a $13,000 loss.
The business is offering a $500 reward for information that leads to an arrest.
The University of Kentucky has a new warning for horse farm owners about eastern tent caterpillars. UK leaders say a tent caterpillar egg hatch was reported last week in Scott County. They say this year's first hatch is a week earlier than last year, and they say the numbers of tent caterpillars have been increasing over the last few years. The eastern tent caterpillar is linked to mare reproductive loss syndrome, which hit the horse industry quite hard about 15 years ago. So we'll keep an eye on that, because I remember that was a serious issue around here for the horse industry. It's 4:53 right now. Coming up next, to look at some of the stories we're working on for you this morning.
And we'll have another look at your morning forecast coming up. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Your time now is 4:56. Now it's time to take a look at some of the stories we're working on this morning.
This morning in Belgium, 2 explosions went off in the Brussels airport during the morning rush hour. Police say at least 1 person is dead. Police also say many others are injured. We're tracking this international story, and we'll have the latest at the top of the hour here on WKYT This Morning.
Today, a Lexington restaurant is joining the effort to help firefighter Matt Logsdon battle cancer. And a bill that would consider cancer a line of duty death for firefighters has passed the State House. We'll continue our coverage coming up on WKYT This Morning.
Had a beautiful day yesterday, but it was a little bit chilly. Looks like today is going to be more like a warm spring day.
Good to hear, right? And we're still holding off on the rain. Right, Micah?
Yeah, that's for sure for at least the next 48 hours until we hit Thursday. Thursday's when the rain moves on in. Starting off very chilly this morning. It's more like winter, but afternoon, like Bill was talking about, here comes spring. I'm going to talk about that and show you how high our temperatures go. Not just today, but for tomorrow, too, before that system rolls on through. And once the system rolls through, it knocks the temperatures back down. Stick with us. We have another 2 hours of WKYT News coming up at the top of the hour. We'll see you right back here in just a couple of minutes.